This is Print Lab TV. Always the best.
Hi, it's Olajide Samuel on your screen. You're welcome to my blog. Today, I'm going to share a tutorial on the introduction to the features and the basic of CorelDraw. We're going to take it as a step-by-step tutorial. We're taking it one after the other, from the introduction to the features, the tools that are used there, what are they used for. So just follow my video. We're going to take it one after the other. You get the best out of it. So the introduction now. The first observation in the corridor is the layout, how it is being arranged. Although we can arrange it anyhow we want, but we should arrange it in a way that will be suitable for us when we are editing or designing our document. So that's what will take us to the features of the corridor, the tools of the corridors. So the first feature I would like to mention here is the topmost feature, that's the title bar. There is always title bar in every software you're using. So this is the title bar where my mouse is now. So it always contains the name of the software you're using, the document name if you have saved it before, and the document location. When we save it, you check out to see how the title bar location looks like. But it contains the title of the document you're working on. It contains the title or the name of the software you are using. And the next one after that is the sign in. If you are using the Corel 2021, I'm using the Corel 2021. They are telling you if you want to sign in into the Corel dashboard, we don't want to do that now. So the next one is the minimize bar. We have the maximize and the close button here. This is either the maximize or the restore down, either of the two. When it is maximize, you restore down. When it is restore down, you maximize bar, and the close button. So the next one after the title bar, don't forget the title is where your title is, the name of your document is. The next one is the menu bar. The menu bar are grouped in tab. They always give you the clue that in this place there are anything related to files that you can see. For example, I want to start a new document. Everything you are finding is on the file tab in the menu bar. So these are the menu bar. All these tabs are for the menu bar. It helps us a lot. So this is the menu bar. The first one is the title bar, this is the title bar, and the next one here is the menu bar. So going downward again, here we have the property bar, and these are our property bars. The property bars, they are used to control the dimension of the document we're working on. For example, from this week, I can select my page size. This is in A4 format as the default. I can select it to be in letter format, so automatically change to letter format. The size of a letter, you can change it to envelope size. It's changed to envelope size. You can change it to anyone, but let me put it in the default A4 size for now. And here we have the dimension. That's the dimension of the page dimension. For this A4 in millimeters, we have 210 by 297 millimeters. That's the size for an A4 in millimeters. So I can change the measurement unit from millimeters to inches if I want. If I click on this drop down, then I select inches. So it has been changed from millimeters to inches. So if I convert it now, it's now telling me that in inches A4 is 8.2 by 11.69. So this is how we get the clue of what's the actual size of this page that you want and you can select. As for the measurement unit, and also we have the dimension here. For example, this is in a portrait way. As you can see, it is in a portrait way. I can change it to be in landscape way. This is an A4 size in a landscape way. If I click on this, it changes to portrait back. So that's how to change from portrait to landscape. And you are maintaining the size, the actual size that you gave it here or here. The reason why we have two sides or two pages that are displaying size for us is because, for example, I want to make use of a custom dimension like 10 by 10 inches. My first step is coming here in this property bar to select inches as my measurement unit. Then A4 cannot work for me because I'm looking for 10 by 10 inches, but A4 is 8.2 by 11.6, so it's probably not working out for me. So for me, I'm now to type in what I want, 10 by 10, then I hit my enter button, and everything becomes what I want. So that's, I have selected the custom size that I want my workspace to be. But if I want it to be in A4, then I can come here to select A4 or any other. There are many in here. So select the one that you want for your project. So then this measurement unit, you can select pieces, point, anyone you want. Just come and select it. These are the property bars. We are working on the property bar for now. So I select my inches. Going back again, this is my title bar. This is my minimize, maximize and restore button. These are my menu bars. These are my property bars. And here I have my document tab. If I have other documents that I've opened before, I can quickly switch from this document to this document. If I click on it, it takes me to another one. But I'm working on this document written untitled 1 because I have not titled my document. I have not saved it, so I have not given it any name at all. That's why it's saying untitled, and it is giving me an asterisk mark, a star mark on it here, showing me that I have not saved my progress. Anytime you see something like this star, it's telling you save your work. You haven't saved your work, but I am not saving yet until I complete these features. So the next one after the title, the menu and these property bars here are the toolbox in this portrait format. These toolbox, they are the main driver, they are main command that we are using. From this toolbox, that's where we select I want to create circle, so I need ellipse tool. I want to create polygon, I need polygonal tool. I want to fade my work, that's I want to give it transparency, I want to give it shadow. This from this toolbox that we select all this. If I make a glass tool, this is a big tool, this is shape tool with the shortcut F10. We have the eraser tool with shortcut X. We have the zoom tool with Z. We have the freehand tool with F5. And there are also some inside. If you click on this drop down, there are many inside it on the drop down. So artistic media, so we have the rectangle tool, we have the ellipse, there's the circle for us, the polygonal if you want star, anything you want. So we have the text tool, we have this, we have this, we have the drop shadow, the extrude envelope tools, we have the transparency tool, we have the color picker, and many ones. So we are making use of these tools one after the other. The way we create one, we make use of maybe 5 or any tools that we make use of. Then gradually we make use of everything, but it is beginner friendly, so we are not making use of everything once. This is just an introduction on the tools that we are going to make use of. So these are our toolbox here. The next one I'm going to is this my color palette. You can see there are many colors here. So these are the colors that I want to use to beautify my work. I want to use green, I want to use lemon, I want to use a magenta, cyan, any color you want, you always get it. This is not the only way or where to see the color, but this is the primary way of getting the color. So this is my color tab. The next one I'm having here, if you check down on your CorelDraw, you see where you see page 1. If you check down, you might not be able to see it on the screen now, but if you check down here, you see something like page 1. So it's telling you you have only one page in this document. You can have many pages. Let me say I want to create 5 pages design. So I'm not creating everything on this place. For example, I have created one, so I want to create another page. This is where I wanted to create it. So we are going to, in this same lesson also, we are going to create a simple shape with the ellipse tool and the rectangle tool. We are going to create a new page. We are going to rename that page. We are going to save, and we are going to open, save, we close, and we open the file back for us to accomplish our introduction, that we have introduced the course. Then in the next lesson, now go in to the lesson. It starts by creating an idea, a simple idea, to the complex one. Then we go then from there to logos, to banners, and every other things. Believe me, you learn a lot from this channel. Notification bell should be all so that you get all our latest videos on this channel. The next one in this video I'll show you right now. So the next one in this video is I'm making use of this rectangle tool first. For this rectangle tool, I'm going to create a little box. Then I'll give it a color. Then I'll create another page. I'll use my ellipse tool for a circle. Give it a color. I will save, give you the difference of save and save as. Then I'll close everything and open it back together. So the first step now, so I want to create my rectangle. I click on this rectangle or I hit F6, but for now don't go for the shortcut for now. So you click on this rectangle to here. If you count your from your toolbox, from the pick tool 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, you're using Corel 2021. So you click on it, it shows you something like this four corner. So if I click and drag, you always click and drag if you want to create it. You click and drag, you can see it. If I click and drag, it shows me this. So I want to create another one again. I click on it. This one I want it to be square. So the square now that I click on, I want this to be 2 inches by 2 inches. So this is my 2 inches by 2 inches, and anything you pick here, you always pick back your pick tool. So I click on my pick tool now. This is my pick tool, and I want to give it a color. I click on the object that I want to give color. This red. So I've given it a red color, and this I want to give it let me say green. I've given this a green color. If you notice, there is something attached to it like an outline, so I want that outline to look more good. So I right click on this black outline, set outline color. So this is my outline here. It's showing me black, but it's very tiny. If I come here to this outline width, I click on it, then to this I select one is not okay for me, so I can select again like 3. It's becoming more bigger, so to the way that I want it. The same thing goes here. If I right click on this set outline, I want to set this outline to blue, so I come here to like 3 or 4 points. You can see it shows up. This is just an introduction. We are going to go into the in-depth, but I just want to show you this. This is where we are going to make it one after the other. So this for the first page, this is what I wanted to create. So for the second page, I want to add ellipse tool. That's a round tool. So I come to this, there is one plus button here. I click on the plus button that is here. So I come here again to the ellipse tool or the F7, anyone you want. So click and drag it. You click and drag. This is not square. It is not square because one side is bigger than one. If you like this, you put it in this way. If you don't like, you change it in the property dimension. Anything you click, you take your pick tool. So I click back on this object again. So I come here. In this place, this is where I always change my size. You select the same size for it. If you want it to be square, this is the same size, and you hit the enter button. Everything will be square. This is square. If I want to do the way I did the other set outline, then I'll select the thickness for it. I can also change the format of my outline or the design of my outline. I can change it to this. You can see. So there are more to learn in this lesson. I'm taking it one after that. This is just introduction. I have not gone into the in-depth one. So we have created another one. The next thing is I just want to add a little text to it. So I'll click on this my text tool. Then I click on it. Then I click inside here also. So then there is one thing blinking in it. So I want to write my name Sam. So this is my name Sam. I'll select my page 2. You can see this text here. If I come up here in this property bar, it's telling me that this text is 106.261 points. That's the size of these fonts that I use. Then if I come here to this font name, that's the name I am using. Area as the default font, so I want to change it to another good font that might be fancy, that I might like. So there are a lot of fonts in your system. There are lots of fonts that you can also download also. If I choose this brush sweep, so this is it here. So when I click and drag it, so this is another font. I can say I don't want this again, I want to choose another one until you're satisfied with the one that you want. But this is just an introductory, just select one. Then here you can make it bold, italic, anywhere you want. Something like Microsoft Word, if you're familiar with that, you can underline it, but I don't want it. And here you can select the maybe you want it to be center, you want it to be right, full, justify. So you can select it from that place. So this is my text on it. So this text also, I can also give it any color that I want here. Just give it any color that you want. Maybe I prefer this color, I give it this color. I can give it this blue outline. Just right click on the color and you click on set outline if you are using CorelDraw 2021. So this is it here. You have set the outline that you want. This is the outline I want for it, and this is what I have produced. This might be something like a logo, a simple logo. I just produce it and I don't mean to produce any logo. So this is just simple basic step on it. Remember, I am on the page 2. If I click on the plus again, I can have the page 3, page 4, like that. Page 4 is empty. This one also is empty. This one is not empty. This is not also empty. So this one I can say here. I want to from all these tab here. Let me use this page 4 for everyone to see it. This page 4, I want to use this. So if I click this, then I take the shape 2 for me to be able to drag. I click on this drop down here and select a star. Then I click and drag. This is my star. I can select another star and give that star like 6. You can see it increases. This one also it increases. So depending on the polygon you want or the star that you want. So my click 2. Then I can change the color. I can change this color also. The same with the outline. If I want to change the outline like we did before, these are simple basic shapes that we can do on these CorelDraw, the simplest of all shapes that we can do here. So that's it. The next step now is that I want to rename this my page so that I will know what is there. I have page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, blah blah blah. But I don't know. Maybe I want to go to where there is star. So I don't know where there is star because it is arranged chromatically, page 1, page 2, page. So I want to give it a name that I can easily remember. So if I go to this page, there is always a drop down here, or you right click on it, you see more options. But this drop down, if you just make mouse over on it, click on the drop down, gives you many things. So all these things are what you can do. You can duplicate styles, you copy it to places. So this I want to rename. This is what I want to do. I can just say polygon, just use poly dash star. So that's polygon and star. I will know that this page is for the polygon and star. I click OK. You can see it here. So this next one, can you name it as empty? There is nothing inside. Empty. Okay. This I will name it as circle star. And the first one you might not be able to see it. I want to name it as rectangle and square. So these are the 4 pages I create. I can create more by clicking on the plus button, or this I can duplicate it. When I right click, then I'll select duplicate page. It gives me this how I want it. It is your personal preference. What do you want? Is it before the page? Is it after the page? You want it to copy everything? So okay, so I have duplicated this. I did not copy the content, so I want to delete it again and copy the content. So that will make us to go to how to delete a page also. So you come here also to this drop down, or you right click on it, anyone you want. So you click on it, so delete page. That deleted the page successfully. This one also delete the page because it's empty. So we have deleted it, we have cloned, we have deleted. So I want to duplicate it, that everything in it will come back to life again. As everything in this box will come. So I have to right click or click on the drop down, duplicate page, then I'll click on this, copy layer and their content. That I want to copy all the content and the layer. So okay, so this page 5 and page 4, they are now the same thing. So they are now the same thing. So for it not to cause problem for me, I'll just delete it. So I will right click and delete. So I have deleted it. I have 4 pages on this tab now. So for now, let me just assume for now I have finished my work. We have finished our tutorial. So we want to save. We want to know what the difference between save and save as. We want to close everything. I want to open it back and close everything and end our tutorial for now. So the first step, we want to save. The shortcut is Ctrl S to save in CorelDraw. We have many other steps that we can make use of, and we have the permanent step that we can save. The permanent step is by going to the menu bar here and select the first, which is the file. So these are our menu bars. All these things are the menu bar. So you want to save, you find where there is save in. So you select the file. After the file, you locate where there is save. So I click on the save. I just click on to S, it will bring this dialog box immediately. So it's telling me where do you want to save this. If I follow this, this is from my PC to desktop to this folder. No, I don't want it there. So I want it to be in my desktop. So I click on this desktop here. So this PC desktop, I want to create a new folder for it because it's my new one. So I click on this create folder. To show me something like blue this, so I can rename it easily. Like I want to say my tutorial, and I hit enter, or just click outside it will be saved. So this is the box or the folder I want to save it in. Folder is just like a box that you are keeping your things inside for it to be well organized, that you won't find it difficult to locate the next time. So I'll just double click on it to open this folder. I wanted to put it inside the folder. So this is now in my desktop in this folder. So I want to save it here. So you can now select the name of the file that I just finished. What do I want to name it? Basic shape. And you remember to save it as Corel type CDR CorelDraw. Then this is the version. This is the latest version for it, 2021. You can select lower version depending. The difference is that if you select higher version to make your work very neat and more final, but you cannot open it. For example, I use Corel 2021, then I want to open it in another computer that is using Corel 2017. It will never work. It will not open that work because the one I use here is more higher than the one they want to use, so it will not work. 2021 can open 2017, but 2017 cannot open 2021 work. That's it. That's how it works. So you remember, you are using higher version. So if you know you want to transfer it to another person, you want to transfer the file. I mean the CorelDraw file, not the JPEG. The CorelDraw file, you want to transfer it to another computer. Use lower version that person uses, unless that person is using the same version with your own. So I'll click on save. So my file is being saved. I'll wait for about a minute or two for it to be saved. So now it's saved automatically here in this title bar. The way I explained it before, it shows you location of where your file is and the name of your file. This is the name of our software. This is the location from the C drive user then to my desktop. I can find it in my desktop. This is the name I use, my tutorial. That's the name of the folder that we created. Desktop, my tutorial, and my file name, basic sheet, and the session.
Wow, I really appreciate you spending a whole lot of time watching these my videos, but don't forget to like, subscribe and comment in the comment section below. If you have any question, area I've not covered on this intro you want me to cover, you want to have a private DM with me, please comment below, give it a like, share to your friends, your fellow people. By doing this you make me great and you enjoy this channel a lot. Thank you, I love you.
So this is my welcome screen now. We are creating a new identity card, an ID card now, a simple one. So here's our welcome screen. So these are my recent work that I have saved before. It might not appear on your screen like this, but to give you a new document just like this. Mind you, I'm using Corel 2021. Irrespective of anyone you're using, we are still working on the same corridor. So just find where your new document is located so we can start a new document from scratch. So I click on my new document now. I wait for about a minute to load. Then after that, it gave me here that what's the name of the document I want to create. So I can input the name. I can say my ID card. And in this page size, I want a custom page of 3.3 by 2.2. That's default ID card size. Although some uses 3.4 by 2.2, but I would recommend a 3.3 by 2.2 size in inches. Remember, we are working on inches here, so there are several measurement units, but we are making use of units. So in inches, so 3.3 by 2.2. That's in landscape format. If you are doing in a portrait format, it will be 2.2 by 3.3. But when we create this document, then we can change the dimension the way we use. So the resolution for me is 300 dpi, and I click my OK. So this is my screen. This is what it gives to me. So this is my zoom from the property bar. I can zoom it to fit to my page so that I can see everything that I'm doing here. So this is the format, this is the layout for my ID card, but I'm looking forward to create an ID card in a portrait dimension, not in a landscape dimension. So in this my property bar here, as we've learned in the last lesson, so I'm coming here to turn it in a portrait way. So if I click on this, it shows me in a portrait way. You always use this tab here to switch your zoom. If you want it to come more, to width, to height, to page, anywhere you want it. But make use of this. If I click on this back, it turns to landscape format, and this turns to portrait. I'll make use of the portrait for now. So let's dive into the course. Well, the first thing for me to do is to draw my rectangle to my placeholder for all the elements I want to add here. So I will click and drag here. I want it to match with the size I gave the document. That's 2.2 by 3.3. So I have drawn it, so I need to come to this pick tool to pick my tool. Then I click on it again, come to this dimension bar, then I'll select 2.2 by 3.3. You can use your tab to go to another tab and you hit your enter. So
it is in the main size now, the original size for an ID now. So you can also use the shortcut P to place your objects in the center of the page. So you can use it to place your objects in the center of the page. So this is my container that will contain everything that I wanted to do. So I want to start designing my ID card now. So depending on what you want to achieve, what you want to design, your mind, your creativity. So I'm just taking you on a simple ID card design that you can have for your company, for yourself. You can do it yourself. You have the CorelDraw stuff in a simple step. So let's dive into it now. So my first thing is I have to click on this again because I want to manipulate a rectangle box to create another object from rectangle. There is one thing amazing about this rectangle tool. This rectangle tool, there is no shape that I cannot form from it. I can form circle, triangle, any kind of ellipse, star. I can form polygonal, any polygonal shape, octagon, anything, nonagon, anything shape. I can form it from this rectangle. Anything, any kind of shape, I can form it from this rectangle. If it is circle, any shape. So just note that I'm still coming up with a video of how you can manipulate this rectangle to form any kind of shape that you want. So make use of this now. I have done it and I'll click on my pick tool. This is my pick tool here. So anything I do, I make sure I click on this pick tool bar. I do this, so I click on the pick tool. So I want to power clip this inside this box that I have created before. Remember, there are two boxes now, this main container and this. So these are main container, our background. Then this is the concept of my design, what I wanted to design. So my next step is I want to put this small box inside this container. How will I do it? I want to power clip it. I want to fix it inside. How will I do that? So that's what I am on now. So my first step is I have created this. Now I want to drag it inside this box to fit inside the box. So what you have to do is to hold your right click, not click. You are holding your right click. I've held down my right click, then I'll drag it to the center of this container, to the center of this box. So until it gives me something like a target, as if I want to shoot a gun. When it gives you something like this, you can drop. But if it gives you something like this, that's you are not there. To give you something like this, a circle with 4 points facing the north, west, south, and east, as if you have a target. Then you can now drop it. You click it, you drag, and you drop it. So let me go back again. This is my box. So I right click and hold it. Click and drag it inside there. It gives me something like a target. Then I release it, and another menu pop out. It pop out that, oh, okay, what do you want to do with these objects that you have moved? So I'm selecting the power clip. I want to power clip my object. So I click on this power clip inside. So it has placed this rectangle object inside the box. It's placed this rectangle object inside my. You can see there is no ending of the small rectangle here because it is placed inside this box. So I have put it there. It's just like putting water in a bucket and you cover it, so the water is not showing, you're seeing the cover. So that's what it means here. So for me to now edit it, how can I edit it? If I click on this, I click on the main box because I cannot select this again. I cannot select the small box again. It's inside the main box now. So I click on the main box. If you're using Corel 2021, it's very easy for you. So, but I want to go through the normal procedure for all versions of CorelDraw. If I click on this container, I have to right click on it. I have right click and I'll select edit power clip. Before we choose power clip inside, as we have power clip is inside. Now what we power clip we want to edit it now. So I click on this. So it shows the box now. So I can now select the box. I can now select the box and do anything I want with it. So that's it. So if you get to this stage, that's the first method. So I want to go back again. It's still the same thing, the same method that we have used before. So just find anywhere you see finish editing content or finish. If you are using Corel 2021, if you are finished editing this, if you have not finished, but I want to go back to show you another method that you can edit what you have power clipped. So sometimes it is up here, sometimes it is down here, depending on the version you're using. So I click on this finish. So for example, I have finished this. I have not finished, but I just want to show you that I have finished. So I have come back to the normal stage where the container is holding everything. Another method I can edit what I have power clipped is I'll click on it. That's the first procedure. Instead of using right click and you select this power edit power clip, what I'll do now is I'll click on it, then I'll come up here to this edit. It's the same way of right clicking and selecting edit power clip. So I click on edit, so I can edit it again. It's different from the first method we have used and it's more simpler than the first method. But in case you are not using this version, it might not give you that option, so use the first option for it. So that's that on how you edit it. We have power clip objects. We have learned how to power clip it. You right click and drag, you hold it, you right click, hold, and you drag it inside another container that you want to put it in. Just like I want to put my clothes inside my bag, so I have to hold it, drag it to my bag, and I'll zip it up. So that's the same method here. You have two boxes, you want to put one inside one, so you have to right click, hold it, and drag it in that box, and from the pop-up that brings a lot of options, you select the power clip inside. And if you want to edit what you have put there, for example, I put my clothes there, then I want to rearrange it. So what's the process of rearranging it? Then you right click on the main box, then you select edit content. So that's that. So I have right click and select edit content now. So I want to edit the content now. So this is my box here that I want to use for the design. So I can drag it here anywhere I want it. I can drag it here, I can drag it here, so the way you want it. But if it is a text, you don't drag in this four corner, so we don't need that now. Take you on that later. So I drag it the way I want until I'm satisfied with it. So I want it this way, but what I want to get from this is a triangle, a different type of triangle that is not that common. That's my own design concepts that I want to get from this. So I want to manipulate this rectangle to give me another shape like a triangle. So the first step now is going to this second tool here, this shape tool, which the shortcut is F10. If you hit F10, it takes you to shape tool, or you click on it manually in this toolbox. Remember, these are toolbox. So I click on this toolbox here, this F10, this shape tool. So you notice there's something changed here. There are some blue things that appears here. So I want to edit it and convert it to normal curve for me. So I click on this first. This is my first step. Then I right click here. I right click on this and select convert to curve. Right click and select convert to curve. So I have select convert to curve now. So I want to manipulate it. Just follow what I am showing you on the screen. You create a node here. To create a node, you have to double click 1, 2. You double click, you click 2 times. That's double click for you. So you can't double click outside. double click within these lines. So I want to double click here. Just follow it. If you place your cursor here, you see something like curve or something like S. So that's the proper time for you to double click. I double click here, 1, 2. So I have double clicked this. So now I want to remove this shape, this last shape here that my mouse is on. I want to remove it. So the node, we call it node, so I don't need it again. So I'll double click that again, 1, 2. So transform another shape for me from rectangle. So that's how we do it. That's how we roll it. So this I can now come here to give it shape, the color, any type of color I want. So I want this blue. I click this blue. Then here is none. So I right click here and select set outline color. So just right click here so that you remove the outlines. These outlines here. If you have right click here, so the outline will just disappear. So anytime you are finished with this, you pick your pick tool. If you draw a box, pick your pick tool. If you do this, you pick tool. Just like a restore point for us, a resting point for us. That's the work of the picture. So the next thing, I want to make use of this again. I told you we can make different kind of shape with this rectangle tool. So I'll click on this and drag again. So I want to form another kind of shape. This time I want this kind of cyan. So I click on this cyan. Then you can see this rectangle tool following my cursor. So I want to change it to pick tool again. So it has changed to pick tool. Always remember your pick tool. So now I'm going to the same process that we did before. Shape tool. After you click on your shape tool, you come to your object that you want to form the shape with. So you right click and you come to convert to curve. The shortcut is Ctrl Q. So I click on it to convert to curve. So the next step, I want to turn this one to a rectangle. So I double click here again, 1, 2. It's created another node for me in this center of this plate. So double click here so that this one will disappear. Double click here, this one will disappear. So my pick tool again. So I want to bring it up to this place and I want to make use of the zoom tool. The zoom, the shortcut is Z or Z. So this is it. So you click on this Z, then I'll click and drag to where I want to zoom. This is where I want to zoom. And my pick tool. So I click on this. This is what I want to work on. I want it to be straight, as you can see. One side is more wider than the other. So I click on it the first time. So it shows me these nodes. If you click on it again in this center, where the right center, if I click on it once, it shows me this. If I click on it twice again, so it shows me something like this curve. So this is what I need. So I'll just come to this ending and I'll click and drag until I'm satisfied. I will shape it until I'm satisfied with the shaping. So I'm okay with this. So I can leave this now. So I can zoom it in or zoom it out. From this place, this property bar, we have 301 here. So I can now come here to fit. So I have zoomed it out back. Don't mind all these outlines, these ones that are out. When we finish everything, it will be okay back. So these are our points, our property points. This right here, anything outside this line, that means that thing is not going to show at the end. These are cutting edge. This is our cutting edge. So you don't mind anything outside the line because it's not going to show. My next step is I want to add a name or a logo for the ID card. So I'll click on this text to the shortcut is F8. So I come here, I'll click here where I want to start writing. So I can say Sam. Hey Sam. So I click on this picture. Anything you do, click on your picture. I come here in this property bar to select bold. That will make my word to be bold. So I click and drag it here. So I want to select white color here. So I select white here. And I reposition everything. So the next one again, I want to add the logo tagline. That's the motto or the slogan for the logo. So I come to this again, I click on it. Click here where you want to start. I don't drag from there. Likewise, you don't drag from here. Doesn't make sense. So you don't need to drag from this place, this middle here, this middle here, this middle here, and this. Drag from 4 points, either here, or you drag from here, or you drag from here, or you drag from here. So let me drag from this lower side. Now I want to change the font. I want to change the font to another kind of slant font. So I can go for something like brush script. So I want to use something like this. This worksheet, you can see it. So I want to select white again. So this is white. I click on this white. You cannot say anything because the background is set this white. So I put it here, so you can see it has appeared back. Then I can now drag it here again. So this is my tagline. I want to add a passport photograph for this ID card. So I click and drag here. So I have click and drag. This is my dimension. Remember where we always put the size that we want for the. I can say 0.9 by 0.9. My enter. Then I'll click this picture. Always remember, I can drag. If I want it to be more larger, I can drag again. If I want it to be more larger. Then I want to make the outline visible. I want to make the outline visible too. So I use a shortcut of F12. So if I click on F12, it gives me a pop out box. So from this color width, that's the first one I'll have to select. This width, I can select something like 0.75 depending on what you use here. So I can check my preview here. I just put this aside so that I can be checking what kind of width is this. So if I add it, it becomes multicolor, you can see. But I want to use this. Then this color, I can select the color I want here in this drop down. So I can say I want a dark blue color. Then here I always stick this behind fill and scale with objects. Then I will increase this to like 1 or 1.5. So this is okay for me, depending on your preference. So you might not follow mine sometimes. And this inner color cyan, I don't want it. So I click on this. This first color is always none, that I don't want any color. I click on it, it becomes white. So now I want to import a picture inside this circle as my passport now. So to do that, there are many ways to do that, but I'll teach you the simplest way is using the short key Ctrl+I to import. So I click on Ctrl and I. So load it and determine where do you want to import your file from. so I can. So I'm in the download folder here, as you can see. So I want to check if I have a passport that I can use. I just use this as my passport. It's not my passport, but I can use this. I select it and I click on import. So it's asking me how do you want to drag it. So I want to drag it. Just click hold and drag. Click hold and drag. Follow my instruction. So this is the picture here, a PNG picture of mine. So now I want to put this picture inside this circle. I guess you should have known how to do that now, but if you don't, I can help you out to do that. So the way we input the first box inside this big box, that's the way we are going to do this again. So this lesson is a repeated lesson, so if you don't get it from the first step, you get it from the second step. So just right click and hold, right click and hold, then you drag it inside this circle. I right click, then I am holding the right click. I did not release it. Immediately I press it, I hold it, I didn't release it. And I'll drag it inside this box until give me this target, something like arrow, something like circle with 4 points like this. If I put it outside to not give me, it's very easy. You can see clip it and cut off some part of the body, so I have to go and amend it. That's when the edit now comes in. So you right click and select edit power clip. So this is the half body is showing me, so I can now click and drag it down. So the next one is maybe your ID number, your date of birth, your phone, your email. This is for the company. So for your ID number, you can say ID number. Just input any kind of number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next one. So opening a new page, I can click here to open another page. This is my first page here for this font design, and this is my second page here. On this to remove this on my P to make it in the center. Then how to power clip here, right click and drag it inside A, then select power clip inside. So you right click again, edit content. So I can reduce this. I want to make use of this freehand tool or F5, it's F5. So at the first point I want to start, I click, just click, then you drag your mouse to the next ending. So I just click on this and I'll click on Ctrl D. So you duplicate it to 2 times. So that's one, this is another one. So I want to place it above here. So these two here, I'm making use of this. If I click on this, turn it to the bend. I click on this one also. I click on the two. So if I'm satisfied with this, I can click on this finish. This is just an introductory class. We're still going to the in-depth, but this is just an introductory for you, so you can have something to practice with, to rehearse with. So and when we get to the complexities, I'll see what we're going to make use. If you're familiar with this, that one will be more easier. So I have saved my work now. This is my front view, this is my back view of my work, of what I have done now. We want to convert this to a picture that I can show on our mobile phones. I really appreciate you spending a whole lot of time watching my videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment in the comment section below. Share to your friends, your fellow people. By doing this, you make me great and you enjoy this channel a lot. Thank you. I love you.